Once upon a time, on the far-off planet Jupiter, lived two strange creatures. Strange in looks, but with a wisdom far greater than our own.
Good. And
back to one.
And back to one. And they're off. And it's Fiddling Horse. And Fiddling Horse is turning around the turn before the final turn. Now it's Josh, Elvis, Weinstein. And it's Weinstein. And it's Kindler. And it's Weinstein.
Mother-in-law is nagging in the rear.
Hey, how do you two like it in the rear? Folks, we've been Josh and Andy. Buy our album and buy our compact disc after the show.
Wow, man, I went for Spike Jones and you went for Red Fox.
Hey, happy birthday again.
No,
your wife
you still haven't
something
tweeted
on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I agree with the sentiment.
Well, what did she say?
You're in a helicopter.
Huh?
You're in a or maybe it was Instagram. My wife showed it to me.
Ah, okay.
You're in a helicopter.
Ah.
And she's saying how much she loved you. Do you know, are you married? I thought you were married.
I am, but I'm not on Facebook.
Oh, that's right. I'm not on Facebook either. I mean, I am technically on Facebook. But my wife will show, yeah, I am on Facebook, but I don't go there well, I do so. Who cares? The point is,
wow, why do you have to equivocate on the Facebook issue?
Because you really aren't there. Like, you don't even have the account, right?
No, I do not.
Okay, I have an account.
Ah.
But I'm hey, you know what? You found a new way to express your disinterest using
That's not quite that interested. No, it's more
I got you. And now, when was this helicopter trip? I think you told me that.
I think it's a photo I know it is because it's the only helicopter I've been on as an adult. It was in New York with Segura going to the gig in New Jersey.
That was pretty recent.
Yeah, it was last year.
And you were not scared at all?
I was not.
Oh, okay. Does it bother you that one out of every two helicopters crashed?
No, I had my lucky coin.
You know Kobe Bryant?
I used to.
He's no longer with us. There's got to be something. Hey, folks, deal with it, folks. This is my new edgy helicopter.
I like
material.
how you took this nice thing that my wife posted and turned it into death. Just literally drove it into the side of a hill.
I mean, when they say you're a helicopter, I mean, I know there are some helicopter parents out there, but this is ridiculous. I
have to say, I got my brother sent me a mini remote control helicopter for my birthday. And,
that's nice.
It is nice. It's a good toy. And I do have to say that there is not a big margin of error on the helicopter flying. Like once things start to go bad, you're done.
Yeah, but do you really feel that that's a scaled version of what it's like?
I know that physics is the same.
No, physics is the same. So this is something you can fly around?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that would be and now you said good toy. As if there would be any other way to look at it.
Well, I'm sorry. It's not a research instrument.
Oh, I see. That's true. It could be you doing some kind of model of something. Who does fly around? Is it James Cameron who's always in the helicopter?
Who doesn't understand remote control helicopter? That's my question.
Oh, no. You know what? When you said that, I really haven't seen one of those probably. I get the feeling that is it like the size of it's not like a tiny thing, right? It's like the size of a toy.
It's about the size of a robin.
No, that's small. I thought it would be like a helicopter.
Wow. All right, well.
When did you get that?
I was going to say that we need to sort of speed things along and go shorter this week for Alex's sake, but it's not going to be a problem.
Oh my God, I really haven't seen this side of you, and I'm not so sure I want to. I'm going, baby. I'm mid-quarantine. If this doesn't end in 3 weeks. First of all, you made a lovely video that was but they even had worse pictures today. Didn't they have worse pictures today of people standing on their shoulders, sucking their neighbor's toes.
Yeah, I was having trouble capturing video, so I just went with stills.
I mean, we can't be this stupid, but we are.
Oh, we're this stupid.
So you go, I can't wait, we're out, we're free. Isn't everybody going, I can't go out, how could I not know I'm going to die?
Well,
do you know that at 20% they're saying of people who have react to the COVID, it's not good.
I think
it's not just like,
I think
it's not just bad.
I saw a thing today that was very telling about where our country is at. And,
okay.
It was a North Dakota governor basically giving a speech about how you shouldn't shame people for wearing masks.
Yeah, he was almost crying, that guy, right?
Yeah.
And he's a Republican, right?
Yeah. But that's going to be the difference in states. In California, you're going to get shamed for not wearing a mask. In the Midwest, you're going to get shamed for wearing a mask.
I never thought something like the plague would fall onto party lines. Who wants to die by the plague? The Republicans. They love it. They think that because they think all poor people are going to die. I mean, I know that's what they think. They'd be happy if most poor people would die.
Well, it would take a lot of burden off the system.
That's what they're thinking.
They're thinking it somewhere.
Well, I don't know. I don't think Trump is capable of that even kind of evil reasoned thought.
No, Trump is only capable of how do I look right now, this minute.
How do I look right now? Who's making fun of me now? How about when he said I wasn't going to let the press catch me with a man? Who cares? Nobody cares about you. I'd like to tell him. I really feel like if I was at one of those news conferences, I could really make a difference if I was there.
If I was riding shotgun in a golf cart with him.
I can't even tell if he's a good golf player because I hate golf so much now because of him. And I used to like golf.
By most accounts, he's a good golfer who cheats.
Well, he's not the world's greatest golfer.
No, but he does own golf clubs and golfs several hundred times a year, so he's got a decent game.
Oh, God. It's just like, and can there be any more symbol of white privilege than playing golf as the 100,000th? Is it like when he gets the clown? Is it like when you get the clown into the clown's nose in miniature golf? If he gets a hole in one when the 100,000th person's dies?
You get a bonus 10,000 dead people.
Oh, Josh, we're not getting out of this. No one gets out of here alive, my friend.
That's right. That's why we're staying home alive.
I mean, you know what? I'm not going to be able to move the ball down the road.
As I tweeted today, I'm in the Otis the Town Drunk phase of lockdown. I can leave, but I ain't. And
you know what was good about that show? I realized when I watched it, Josh, Elvis Weinstein, was that you got laughs on Andy Griffith's show by him making a very small face. And so they wasn't shot like a multi-camera show. It was shot like it was shot single camera.
Yes.
What's my point, you're asking?
I'm curious.
My point is that it could be funnier. Like sometimes I think on the multi-camera shows, you lose. Like it was
film acting instead of stage acting, but both are on camera. Yes.
Yes, that's all I mean. Like I didn't know. Like I really thought they were on Aunt Bee's porch, or I didn't even think much as a kid either way. But right. I was totally buying the situation, and that's what made that show. I think most sitcoms, especially on networks, don't go with that kind of rhythm. Maybe Wonder Years was. No, so that's what the single camera... Look, don't listen to what I'm saying. What did they say about Trump? Don't say what I'm hearing. Hear what I'm listening. I lost a point. I think I had a point when I started, but I realized no, once again. I was going to say that they couldn't make a show like Andy and Mayberry, and they could.
They totally do. They do frequently. Yeah.
So don't you...
There are single-camera shows and multi-camera shows. There still are.
It doesn't hold up. Doesn't hold water. Doesn't work on any level. But I had it in my mind.
I wouldn't use it for your thesis, for your Blowhardy degree.
Well, when I was trying to think of what I was on to with the first. Oh, I remember what started Blowhardy. Well, actually, Josh, I'm not if you're familiar with the history of the union negotiations. Kurt Flood actually paid the biggest.
I think that was.
I'll raise you one, Lou Brock. There's a man by the name of Lou Brock, and I'm sure you know nothing about this, Josh. You know nothing, but before free agency, a player was a slave.
It was like you opened the B file cabinet and took out the bullshit file.
And all of a sudden, you looked across the table. I had a monocle. I was wearing a monocle, and I was loading a pipe.
Yes,
and not with weed. It reminds me of something Donald Fear once said.
Oh, do tell, Commander.
But Donald Fear is not the first. Who was the great negotiator for the Major League people?
Wasn't it Marvin?
Yes, Hamlish. You're right. I'll never get the last name.
Marvin Miller.
Belli.
It was Miller, wasn't it?
Marvin Miller. Absolutely. As I live and respire. That's the thing I think my dad said. As I live and respire. I have to write that down and remind my sister. Oh, no. That was bad.
No.
Oh, God. And you, like they initially did with people who had dementia, they thought that they had to insist that they got the day right. Andy. And he slapped me a couple times. What? She's dead. Oh, fuck. I just made a mistake. No, it's not.
He's just trying to prevent the slide. Just desperately trying to prevent the slide.
Look at me. I wish I could write I wish I could write any movie. I wish I could do anything. I wish I could stop bullshitting the world. Maybe I have. Did you ever have a movie or scene or thing end with, maybe I have, Lois? Oh, that's it. Maybe I will, Lois. And then to the camera. Maybe I will. It's something on Superman once.
Yeah.
I wonder if
I never did it. I never did it because it was classic Superman.
Oh, my God.
People would have called me out.
Did you ever work with a writer who actually used terms like, let's lay more pipe?
Yeah, I've worked with those kind of writers.
And I shouldn't hold anything against them because that just happens to be the lingo of their generation.
Yeah.
Why would I hold anything against them? First of all, I don't know anything about writers, and I'm already building my whole case.
Right. No, it's not. It's probably not as jingo-y as you think it is. Jargony, rather.
Jargony. Hey, man, I assume that people say a scene needs a blow.
I prefer a button than a blow.
Okay, I'm going to change subjects for a second. Should I be concerned that my neighbors are having a big pool party the first day of the... I don't like this.
Is it downwind from you?
I didn't even think of that. I just think, why are people socializing? It's just not time yet to be at a party.
Are they masked or distanced?
No, I can't tell because they're on different property.
What the fuck kind of Gladys Kravitz are you?
Oh, boy, am I glad I never got addicted to that show. No, so what? So what, Andy? You're better because you watched Hazel,
as opposed to all those bewitched addicts that you can think of.
Yeah, because I thought the Donna Reed show was good for 4 years.
I've got an Endora on my back.
Wait a second, Endora is she the witch?
She's the mother of Samantha.
Oh, and none of those women were from The Wizard of Oz, right? I remember that I was talking to the other week, and I realized I was mixing up Josephine with these other people. Josephine the plumber.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, my God. I think that was the Wizard of Oz woman, or maybe I'm mixing it. Josephine the plumber.
Was that Margaret Hamilton?
God. Yes.
Okay.
I believe so, but I guess it really is an age thing now. It's not like you're forgetting something that you missed when you were in the Navy. Nobody knows about Josephine the plumber.
They probably do, but It's just a little too old for me. Just a bit outside.
Andy thought he'd come up with a reference that at least Josh Elvis could relate to. Anything but.
Apparently, he thought his reference was universal. Anything but.
You know, they say before you die, all of those best moments flash before your eyes, so you can get the the grapes. Follow the light, go towards the light and the cotton candy grapes.
Oh my God, is that you, God? Hee-haw.
Hee-haw. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm having fun. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to heaven. Here's your pillow.
You know, I really think that you're going to be one of these people who later on says that your impression of the pillow guy came from love.
Am I?
You love him.
Well,
I can't think of a more.
We're ways away. We're ways away from that. I'll tell you that much.
That guy's got some. Oh, I still note to self. Got to see how many bother him about the mask that he was supposed to produce. Nobody cares about anything. Nobody cares that everyone's dying. I'm starting to think, and that Trump is trying to take our mind off of death. There's nothing we can do about it. It's more what it is until the vote. Is that what it is?
That would seem to be the case.
Don't you feel like don't you feel like you don't want to leave it up to that? I mean, I'm not saying I'm taking over with a coup.
Right.
But I can't believe it. These months are going to move so slow. May, June.
Okay.
July. Oh, if it all ends tonight, Josh, I just want to say, I really thought we would have made more money from the podcast.
I'm with you there.
Did you have, yes, I haven't talked to you since your birthday, so you didn't do anything. You have not. Have you not left the house, or are you doing secret socializing that you're not going to tell me about because you don't want me to worry?
I went to the roller rink, but other than that.
Is there really a roller rink to go to?
No, there's not. That I know of. There probably is.
This is a good time to start learning to do I'm taking conga classes now.
Yeah.
Conga classes.
Yeah.
Classes.
Yeah.
See? It would be so stupid to die that way. How'd you catch it? Took a conga class. I thought the conga line would be a good thing.
It's a conga dance. I was going for the drum. That's why. That's what. Which still, you don't want to touch your face after playing a conga drum.
If I've learned nothing from this quarantine, I'm pretty sure I haven't. I really do remember that I spent a lot of the first part of my life, with my hands in my ears, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, not to touch my face is like telling a Jew that they can't touch their face.
All right. Think like Richard Lewis. He must have to fucking wear handcuffs.
I know. Right?
Be careful. Be careful, Andy. I have the lull alarm set.
I know you do. Be careful what you wish for. Well, what if I wish for all-knowing godness? How's that going to come back to bite me? You don't have an answer for that?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, I wish that I was God and could crush everybody.
What in your life could be solved with more knowledge?
I'm God. You know what? Wake me up later. I'm God. You know what? You're right. I hate being God. Who would want that job?
You think you hate atheists now?
It's a fact. Hey, you thought atheists were annoying before. No, actually they weren't. When I was younger, they were very sweet people. Atheists. They got angry. I'm going to come up with one good joke about atheism before I die.
Are we waiting now, or is this going to long-term?
And here it is, Josh. You ready? Are you sitting down? No. But maybe I'll come up with one for the rest of the week. It's something to put a pin in.
As God is my witness, I will come up with an atheism joke.
Oh, so how did we do tonight? How are we doing?
We're doing good.
Where are we? Oh,
We're
it's not.
doing...
I thought we would have been speaking for longer. That's a bad. That's don't make me say my bad. Now, is Alex objecting to the length of the podcast?
That's the low alarm. Yeah, Alex wanted, and we talked about this last week.
Yeah.
But Alex is moving this weekend, so he wants a short show because he has to, so he doesn't have to go through. I think he's sort of, he's being a little Andy Kindler about it.
I'm already worried about it. Maybe you should skip the show this week because he's got to move.
Right.
I cannot be involved in this. I hope you're not going to be lifting.
No.
Anything.
No. My heavy lifting is keeping the show short.
Oh, I laughed too much there. Now I could see, in that last laugh, I could see how it could give you a headache, too much laughing. Now I could see the downside of it. Oh, Josh.
Oh, Andy.
What else have you learned? Did you make any new food?
I haven't made anything spectacular. I made another really good Reuben over the weekend.
I forgot about the bagels. Time to remember. You know what I made good today, though?
What?
I made incredible home fried potatoes.
Yeah.
Because Susan made the Italian that new sauce we like so much, where you put the onion from the New York Times.
Right.
I took the onion and used that onion with shallots and potatoes, and oh God, I can make a couple of dishes, and I don't know if there's money in that, but.
Did you you took the onion that had been cooked in the tomato sauce, or the other half?
Yes, isn't that interesting? You would have thought I would ruin it, but it didn't ruin it. Just gave it a little bit of tomato flavor, just slight. I also cut up carrots.
Yeah.
I think I've invented this, but I'm sure I haven't.
Cutting up carrots so far, I think.
No, but I've added them to the home fries.
Yeah.
Why is it like telling someone how you know is not going to be interested or care about your cooking?
Well, it's the heroism of it.
Well, it's pretty. I used paprika.
I cut up a carrot. Ba, 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 ba.
I think it wasn't the worst story coming out of the lull, but maybe it wasn't my best work.
It wasn't enough to reset the alarm.
And what is the lull alarm? What is it made of? Is it just your iPhone?
It's an app.
You have a lull app?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in big danger right now.
That sounds a little bit like a therm.
It's that stylophone. That little mini synth thing I have.
Oh, it's a Casio.
With the stylus. No, it's the stylophone. And I'm not going over it for a fourth time.
You're not even using words. At least when I talk, I use words. What's a stylophone? Oh, okay, I got it. Gee, why didn't you tell me you were calling me on a stylophone? Goddamn son of a bitch.
Oh my God, this stylophone has a terrible connection.
And then Curly, in 1946, had a stroke. Right in the middle of at the tail end of a picture, incidentally, a picture that my wife wrote called Hoi Polloi in Society, see? Poor fellow, and then he lingered and lingered. We tried to build his morale up and put him in the picture with us and so on. Didn't work. Shemp returned in 1946 and became Shemp, Larry, and Moe again. Curly passed away in 1952, and Shemp passed away in 1955.
Then you get another Curly.
Yes.
Later
Now, you
on.
see, this was awfully troublesome to me because I had to break these guys in. You know that.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Was that good?
Yeah.
Was that good?
Well, it depends what good means.
Well, what I mean by good means like when the phone rang, I then started to plug it in and tried to get it in time.
Yeah.
How good was that?
It was good that you did.
As opposed to leaving you in the lurch?
Yeah.
Why do they call it the lurch? How come they don't call it the thing? The thing.
That's why he said you rang.
Let's do jokes about lurch. What do you think?
Sure, I think we just did one.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought that would be I thought that was going to be a gold mine when I came up with it earlier.
I thought if we took a night off, maybe things would save up.
That's right. Happy anniversary. Woo! It was a fun time. I did feel like I had a vacation yesterday.
Yeah, as did I. But I didn't have an anniversary. Did you guys have a good time?
Yeah. It was, we did have, it's hard to say that you're having an anniversary, but we were totally, in other words, like we knew that we couldn't go out to eat. We knew that I was even trying to buy flowers earlier in the day. But
yeah.
It wasn't, I'm still not.
That was some good planning. I'm just, hello.
So, boy, that was good. But I still felt nervous during it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was too long.
Well, for you.
Yeah, you're like the Jack Benny of that.
I broke that time.
I saw the New York Times. Susan subscribes to the New York Times, and they play like short films or movies or sketches. So they had a little Jack Benny sketch in there. It was very, very Jack Benny at the supermarket.
Yeah.
And you know who was in there? Oh, can I help you? Can I help you, sir? Who's that guy?
May I help you?
Yes, that guy.
Frank Nelson.
He was great. He was great.
Thank you.
And I realized that I have seen very little of that. Is it all one show, the Jack Benny show?
Well,
it's not the radio show. I realize it's the TV show.
Yeah, the TV show is just an extension of the radio show. The TV show is, in fact, a TV version of the radio show.
Right. But it went on for a number of years is what I'm thinking, and I probably have seen very few of them. Or maybe it only went on for 20 episodes.
No, it went on quite a while. It was longer on radio, but it was on TV for a good while, too, I think. Some of the jokes... Someday we'll have ways to look these things up, but in the meantime, I think it was on a good while.
I find now that I don't look things up anymore, and because it only occurs to me during the conversation. Like I have this, now I have a burning fuse to learn more about Jack Benny. I gotta learn now. But then after we do our session, I probably won't think about it. And now all I can think of is that you can hear the fact that I have teeth in my mouth. I think I've been in quarantine too long. You can't hear my teeth in my two appliances, can you?
No, I just hear teeth. Good.
I'm glad we got that out of the way.
But as we've discussed, I go down those YouTube rabbit holes a lot.
Looking up stuff? Yes.
Just picking like Sterling Hayden I did the other night.
Okay, now I'm going to, without me pretending who Sterling Hayden is, tell me who he is. How come I don't know right now?
He's an actor.
Right.
And an eccentric, which was the path I was going down.
Ooh.
I would say the thing that you would immediately recognize him from is he was McCluskey the cop in The Godfather.
Yes. Oh, that guy is one of my favorite actors, I claim to say. But maybe because I've seen The Godfather, he's in the scene where Al Pacino goes in and gets the gun and shoots him through the throat, kind of.
Yeah.
He does some acting that is maybe one of my favorite scenes where I imagine that's what I would look like if I got shot in the throat.
There you go.
Because he kind of goes like, you're eating, right, Josh?
Yeah.
You're having a regular meal.
Right.
Everything's fine.
He was chowing down, too.
He was chowing down because he's even asking how the food was good. I think he even asked.
I'm going to talk Italian to Mike. Go ahead.
And then all of a sudden, the guy is shoving. I think this guy earlier in the movie, didn't they put a horse's head in his bed? Or no, I'm thinking of somebody else. Early on in the movie, he did something.
No. He beat the shit out of Mike outside of the hospital. Yeah.
Yes. So,
Mike, I call him.
All I know is
I'm
that
very close. I call him Mike.
But goddamn, that guy was good. Okay, so what was his? Now he must have also been in a million different other roles as well, right?
He was. We won't go into that because I was watching, I was looking for interviews, and there's not a lot of them because he was sort of a kooky recluse in his way too. He owned a barge and lived in Paris half the year and on the river, and so he was but he had some great interviews with Tom Snyder in the 70s that were that are great, and he was basically a hippie, really, and which is funny considering what he played, but
because he had the opposite. You'd be afraid to be hanging out with him and doing
but
acid.
He's got a kooky beard and a headband in these interviews. So it's Sterling Hayden's a good rabbit hole. But I think the reason I actually started going down there is because I'm doing all these bumpers for our show. So I'm trying to hunt out little sound bites that I think are good things. And I thought, Sterling Hayden's got to cough one up.
Now, are we going to be sued for these, or is this public domain? What's our? What are we doing?
I'm calling it fair use.
And will you be now? I can appear with you in court. I can't, and not as your lawyer. But I can explain to you how it was done.
If every radio show in the known universe uses sound bites, I think we're good.
Well, they all use for years. The disc jockeys would all use something that sounded like "Get your hands off my head" or something like that.
All right.
That was popular for a while, and I called that is it the 50s? Is it the 50s guy? Or is it, I don't know. Or it sounds like a gangster. It always sounded like a gangster from over. Watch out, Flatfoot. Maybe I'm recalling something that only happened with one DJ in New York that I know, and I'm trying to create a universal experience out of it. And that would be something I've done before on this show, to my chagrin. Yeah. For example, you remember when I argued that my life has been the linchpin of everyone else's life.
Yeah.
Where Woodstock at 13.
Sure.
The whole thing.
Sure.
You've heard that theory, right?
Everyone was either at Woodstock or 13.
That's true. That's true. That's how I relate to people. So I don't know what I think I ended up there just boring me and you. How come I can't go down a rabbit hole called decent conversation? How come that rabbit hole? Would that be such a rabbit hole? Would be staying on topic, completing your thought. Maybe Josh has a good story about Sterling Hayden that he hasn't.
Silly rabbit. Conversations are for adults.
But you know what? Anytime I think about that, I think of that cereal, which was terrible. Trix was terrible. I think there was something called Kix. They were all horrible, poisoned. They were poisoned. They were made from strychnine. Tricks are for kids. Not so fast. Do you see a new tactic I've been using the last couple of weeks that so far is working out okay?
Head me off mid-sentence seems to be it.
Well, that's always just an annoying thing I do. But it's where I start to talk in a it's almost like those interviews where it's written.
Yeah. No, I have noticed. I noticed that last night or Monday, as the case may be.
But there's a certain delight.
Monday made me go, I don't know if Andy is sticking to this Adderall regimen.
Oh, don't even see. But then you worry about going the other way. Oh, I'll make sure now, Josh. I'll chew on one during the actual podcast.
I don't think you would stop before 6. Based on, I think you did chew on one before the podcast.
Oh, I thought you meant I could actually use a little.
No, quite the opposite.
Oh no! You're making these.
I'm saying 5 maybe. If that
the sounds you're making make me sound like a crazy man, and I hope that there's proof of this in the final tape of the week.
No.
You're not trying to play one of those tricks on me where you make me look like someone who's spaced out and only cares about himself.
I don't know. Crooked mouth line with finger next to head emoji.
What is that? I can't believe that this is what I'm I would say that there was a level of not autism, but the details of the emojis.
I was trying to paint an emoji picture.
Yeah, I still don't understand. You know what my problem with the emojis are? They're very small, and they seem to be symbols that I don't really understand. And there's like a fire, there's a thing, there's a bell, there's a blam, and then there's too many ones that connote shit.
Okay, Grandpa, go back to bed. We'll tell you when dinner's ready.
I mean, why can't... I mean, what's the point of it? First of all, the kids don't learn cursive today. All right, Grandpa. No one knows cursive anymore. Cursive! What are they going to do if they get into a situation? Well, they have to know cursive. They don't, Grandpa. It's over. No one's writing. No one's writing a script.
What if they have to apply for a job with a historical reenactor?
In my day, I mean, we learned to use I knew how to write with a fountain pen. My day, you couldn't choose. They gave you a fountain pen, or they gave you a...
Sometimes I dip the girls' pigtails in ink. I met your grandma that way.
Really? Was my grandmother living in an inkwell? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what character I slipped into there. Was I kind of like Rickles?
You've got a smart mouth on you, kid.
Who are you, Jonathan Winters doing Aunt Blabby, or are you Johnny Carson doing? You got quite a mouth on you, kid.
Okay, well, okay, if we're gonna just not play along, you're just gonna go with "Who are you?" every time. I'm not gonna try to play anymore.
Oh well, I guess somebody woke up on the wrong side of the impression bed. What if there was an impression bed? Don't think this is a low.
Who are you?
Who are you? You know what's bad? You know, sometimes things aren't a lull. They're just a bad evening of talk with me.
No, I know the difference. Believe me.
God grant me the serenity to know if Andy has enough focus and and care about other people to produce a decent conversation, and the times that he's not able to do that, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Right. The podcast prayer.
Are you sad that we're missing a lot of podcast festivals while this quarantine is going on?
I am.
Are you tired of the quarantine format? Are you tired of me asking you questions in the form of "Are you tired?" type of thing, and please answer facts about the universe that I don't know? Who was Galileo?
What I'm tired of really is the questions without a pause for an answer. It's just a series of questions that become immediately rhetorical upon your delivery.
All right, let's see if I understand this. What you're telling me is you're tired of the questions where I say, Josh, what are your feelings about that? And then I don't pause or allow you or even create space enough for you.
Nothing is more important than the simple act of people getting together.
Good. Could I have one more go, Lawson, please? Sorry.
What?
Could I have just one more take of that, sir?
Why? I just did it right.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not used to having more than one person in there. One more word out of you and you go. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
I take directions from one person under protest. But from two, I don't sit still. But who the hell are you, anyway?
No, I'm the engineer.
Well, why the hell are you asking me for another one?
Well, I thought there was a slight bonk, and I would just like to be safe.
Jesus. What is a gonk? Do you mind telling me what that is?
No, a bang from outside.
A bang from outside. Could I see Mrs. Rogers for a minute, please?
Yes, certainly.
Hello.
Hey, man.
Sorry about that. That's been the only thing you can say is it's been maybe a couple of months since I was mistexting you every 4 seconds. Do you remember that one? There was it went for 3 or 4 hours in a row, it seemed like.
Yeah.
I'm over here at the post office.
Yes, where you thought I was Susan.
And I'm over here, and the guy said he's going to give me extra soup because I'm so nice.
He said I'm a good boy. Now I'm putting the big check in the bank.
And don't worry about me. I will check as soon as after I put the money in.
I pressed the button to walk.
You know what? It's not so hard putting money in the bank. Who is this? Who the fuck is this? Oh, man. Well, I'm not going to talk about reality.
Oh, man, I am just so mired in fucking reality this week. It is not good.
Well, as we come on the air tonight, it's the worst of all week, and I just can't even believe it. Can't believe it, but I know we can't really talk about it because the only way we could talk about it is if we had a positive thing to say or something to add.
Uh-oh.
Are you seeing something now?
I'm seeing something now that might be really close to my brother's house.
Oh, my God. Oh, I forgot that's right where you are.
Yeah. Anyway, so my hometown's burning down. And
yeah, you know what? I just realized we should talk about it.
That's the best thing that's happened this week. No.
But do you know the area where these things are happening right now?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so one is St. Paul.
There's some happening in St. Paul. There's one in sort of southeast Minneapolis, which is where the crime took place. The crime being the murder that the police committed.
Yeah. I've never seen a more obvious murder in my life.
And they just breached that police station and set it on fire. So.
Right. So, that, I don't know that area that well, right?
Yeah. No, you wouldn't.
Is it near St. Paul?
Yeah. I mean, the two cities are adjacent. So.
Right.
So it is in.
That I knew.
Yeah. So it's in East Minneapolis, which is on the border of West St. Paul.
Right, so I saw like Gillis Street, and I saw Lake.
Yeah, Lake Street is the sort of epicenter of most of it, but...
Anyway, so, I mean, are you, is there anything that you want to talk, I mean, I'm here for you, something I can do.
No, it's just sad. It's fucked. I turned off my TV, but...
Yeah, it is really sad, and normally we try to avoid things, but I mean, man, things are either... It's just the chicken's coming home to roost. You can't elect a Nazi racist who advertises that they hate black people.
Right.
And then
tells cops to go for it.
Cops to go for it. Don't be so nice when you put their head in. I mean, he is, I may argue that he's worse than Hitler, although I think I'm using the Hitler analogy too much, and that he doesn't even know what he's doing. He doesn't know what... Forget the worst thing.
But you can't blame him for racism, and you certainly can't, this is not the first Minneapolis police incident either, and they preceded the Trump administration.
That's true, but I think it's gotten worse. It's gotten worse.
Oh, of course it's gotten worse.
In the last 4 years, it's gotten worse because
what has
he's the coffee, they say, has not. We have decided the coffee is not gotten worse.
But even that plateaued.
Hey, you can't try to. You just got me worried because I'm down to.
Tell me a coffee breakthrough in the last 3.5 years.
Well, funny you should ask because last year a anthropologist called. I don't know. I didn't have anything. Yeah. They really can't. What could they discover now? It's perfect the way it is. Just keep doing it.
If Hillary were in office, I bet we'd like something better. Anyway. So, yeah, it's been a shitty week all around, both in my internal life and in the external life of the world.
Now, why have you, beyond your city burning down, what has been bothering you?
Well, there's just been a basic malaise that's been here, and I feel that across the country, but,
Yeah.
Definitely I've had a sort of hitting the wall feeling about it, and plus, I had to do my taxes this week, and I had to deal with a couple of, out of nowhere fucking crises. And,
that I'm not even aware of?
That you aren't aware of, and I
can't
get much into. And they're ones that none of them were life or death. It was all business kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
But it was, people freaking the fuck out.
Right.
And me having to talk them down because they weren't correct in their assertions.
Right.
So,
yes.
That's how today started. And it was and I'm sorry to be vague, but it was like a person who total left field. Never, wasn't not even really really
Oh, you mean total out of left field? From the thing itself.
Yes.
You mean?
Yes.
Oh, God. Man.
So it hasn't been a fun week. I've been, and I've just been sort of angry and impatient. I'm not taking it out on anyone, really, I don't think.
Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe I hung up on you a little quick last night.
Well, that's that's another thing. I mean, if that helped, God bless you.
It did help. It was like, my mood's not going in the right direction, and time is.
It's good. Hey, you know what? You probably are allowed 4 to 5 of those a month. So
Okay.
you got,
Beautiful.
well, wait a second. It's a new month? I still can't believe it's May, and that's not even like a mayonnaise thing. Or butter thing. It is, this is interminable. Every month it's been like this.
I don't understand. Oh, I got it.
Where
Wow.
I think it's going to be June. It should be June in a way.
No, it's I can't believe I just had to go circle back because when you said that's not even a mayonnaise thing, I was like, what the fuck? And then, so.
Yeah. You would think if I was going to do something obscure, the second comment would bring you back towards the middle.
Gee, that smells terrific. And it's not a hair thing I'm talking about.
But it's interminable. May seems to be interminable.
Yeah,
And,
but it's no March.
It is no more. I'll tell you one thing it's not. It's no March.
Well, no, there's a whole, there's certainly the phases of opening, but there's the sort of weird emotional phases of opening too, which is, it's just a dangerous, horrible world out there, but now there's people out there in it,
Oh yeah, I definitely can sense that.
Yeah.
The thing I don't understand, and maybe you can explain this to me, is like, let's say there was it was the day after the Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
And all the zombies were gone. What would you rush over to a pool party? It's this rushing into the activities that were. You would think you'd have some kind of caution that these people thought the coast is clear,
right,
and they have a big pool party.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we've learned nothing from this last decade, it's that there's a huge percentage of stupid people in the world.
It's a big thing. It's getting good.
Like a really unnerving percentage. And then we've also learned that, people are selfish. And that wasn't the last 10 years. We've always kind of known that, but, and people are fucking fed up and pent up and cabin fevered out. And, I get it. I mean, I'm cabin fevered out and I like my wife and we don't fight,
Right. I'm just thinking about the only way I can relate to this is when I was, I think I've told you the story, when I was, Andy and Bill, we did our first paid gig at the university, Idaho State University, and we drove from LA, and Bill insisted on taking his car because it had a better stereo system. And then we broke down, and I kept pouring water into the radiator, and then it kept pouring out. So he had to wrestle me from putting the last gallon of water. He's like, you idiot. This is not going to work. I just would not. We would go 20 yards and then we'd be out of water. So I just kept pouring the water. So I do understand panic. I really do understand panic, but I was a young man at the time.
Right. Well, it's not smart to go out and do much. It's just not,
Right.
So, and it's going to be that way for quite some time. And I think that's part of the malaise too, is just because it's because the feeling of everyone's in the same boat is gone now.
Yes.
It's like everyone has their own boat now. And you're kind of sitting there on the side of the river looking at people in their boats going, fucking idiots. And I don't want to spend the rest of my, 2 years going, fucking idiots.
Yeah. It's just an exponential.
So, I'll get better, but I'm in a mood today, and I apologize.
Yeah, but the other thing is this: it's like it is almost like a movie like a joke movie where every, and on top of this, I don't know if we let you know this, but we wanted to let you know that the 6-foot rule is probably not good enough. 6 feet.
No.
They came out with that story today.
Yeah, well, none of it.
So they're saying
none of it's fully adequate. None of the rules are fully adequate.
Right, but the thing is like when you go into in other words, like what they're saying is if you go into an area that's an indoor area where people are pumping the COVID and you don't know if they're pumping the COVID eventually it's going to get to you. The 6 feet isn't going to matter in a way.
Right.
I think. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But, there's still all these things that have to happen.
To be rid of it,
to become infected.
Oh, tell me a couple of those.
I just mean, you're not, it's rare. It seems to be not the case that touching it from surfaces is a massive part of the problem,
That's
but
true.
even if it
Yes.
were, you go, all right, someone put this thing on a shelf. They probably did it 6 hours ago. The virus is probably dead. And if they didn't, I'm I'm grabbing it in a different place than they did. And, and I'm not touching my face and I'm washing my hands,
I think that's not as worrisome to me as things that are going to be problematic, like restaurants. And for example, we both work by flying.
Yeah.
I would not get on a plane now.
No, I'm a long way away from flying for anything other than an emergency. And I'm a long way from any electives,
Yes. Can I borrow $50,000? That's all I need from you. And if it's $25,000, I'll take $25,000. Thank you. Just to see me through this next dark period.
Yeah, no, because I have no money worries whatsoever. I
feel like I'm in the best position of all of us because my brother will save my ass until he gets broke.
Yeah, and that's a ways away.
I don't know. I used to think that was a ways away.
No, I don't know. The stock market seems to be in their own little la-la land.
Oh, my God. Andrew Ross Sorkin, I didn't see the whole thing, but he yelled at this guy who was on my brother goes on that show, too. That show like on CNBC where the money guys go on.
I saw that clip.
Yeah.
It was a good fight.
And it's like, that was a good fight because the guy is like really, he was using the Trump argument of, like it's a smokescreen. It's like, everyone's getting panicked.
Right.
Yeah, we're getting panicked because the president said only 14 people were going to get sick.
Did nothing but sit there and help your friend Trump.
And then what happened after that? That's the part I didn't see.
He did not, he kept going at him.
That guy's a jerk. I know that guy's a jerk because I've seen my brother be on with that guy.
Yeah.
And that guy is your typical, he's the symbol of what you hate about people with money, is that guy.
I don't know. I bet I could find a better symbol than him.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you who's worse than him. Is the guy who started the whole Tea Party movement. Remember that guy? Sandusky. No, not Sandusky.
No.
The guy who was on the floor of the stock exchange. Come down here, President Obama.
Yeah.
Okay.
Koch brothers, not so good. I'll tell you.
Not good. Koch brothers, evil people. Evil people. Did you see any of those rumors online about the undercover? I'm not tweeting about them, but I'm talking to you about it, which is not terrible. That this undercover cop or something started the riots, but I don't know.
No.
Okay, so don't pay much attention to him yet, right?
No.
I'll check with you.
The undercover cop started the riots in Minneapolis, you're saying?
Yes, in St. Paul. They have a picture of a guy, and they're claiming, and then they have a picture of him. If you look on your, I'm not online, but if you look on the thing that's trending, the guy's name is trending. But that's happened so many times. How many times does that happen? It happens every time.
Yeah, well, they had most of today. There was the fake picture of "Make America White Again" hat, saying it was the cop. It wasn't.
Well, that so.
Or make white great again. I think is what he said.
Oh God. And of course, there's a part. I think there's a part of what is it called there's a vigilante part of all of us. Because you look at the picture and you look at the picture of the guy who's supposed to be the guy, you kind of want it to be true because you hate the guy.
Yeah.
So you can see how, so the vigilante part of yourself goes, oh, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
But not in these days.
Yeah, it takes a lot for me to retweet something these days.
Yeah. I really, if I haven't learned one lesson, it's don't retweet the Krasenstein brothers.
A joke, sure. A friend's promo, you bet.
Well, I got confused. Oh, I don't know if this is. I got confused because the other week 2 weeks ago, I get a tweet from PETA, directly from PETA, saying, here's Kevin Nealon talking about why here's your friend Kevin Nealon, who is I'm a friend of his. Yeah. Name drop, bup, bup, bup. Here's your friend saying why experimenting on animals, what am I trying to say, Josh? Experimenting on animals is never okay,
right.
So
animal testing.
Right. And so please RT this. And for a second I was like, well, that's my friend Kevin. And I was like, what? I don't know what I'm RTing.
All right.
And so I didn't RT, but I also didn't listen to the clip. But I know there's ethicists say that at some point you do need animals to test on some things, but I don't know enough about it. There shouldn't be cruelty. There should never be cruelty. There should never be cruelty. But this thing where they have to test a monkey with the virus or something. I mean, if that means that they don't test it on people, you know what I'm saying.
No, it's the same kind of ethics that I adopt for so many things. Like, totally against the death penalty. That guy, I'm okay with it. I'm totally against animal testing. If that monkey saves my life.
But when it comes to... Yeah.
I'm not my brother's an ethicist. I'm not.
What does your brother say about animal testing? Or he doesn't say anything. I gotta check with him.
It hasn't come up.
I plugged our podcast today.
Did you?
Yeah, I was on Greg Fitzsimmons, and then I was on with Todd Barry.
Nice.
But I also plugged my album too.
Even better. That's a twofer.
You know what I'm saying? It's a twofer. No, you know what I told them? If you don't listen to my podcast, I don't want you to buy the something like that. I don't know.
I'm sure.
Something like that.
I won't check you. I won't check.
You know what? Now I'm thinking you probably should check me.
Nah, I never will. There's one thing you can be pretty sure of is I'm not necessarily going to go hunting for Andy Kindler time.
Yeah, exactly. Because what's in it for you, for anything, for anyone?
No. I mean, boy, if I didn't already get my 2.5 hours a week. Ooh,
I see what you're saying.
I'd be craving it. Ooh, listen to me. I'd be craving it.
Right. So you don't, in other words, what you're saying is you don't get the urge to Google what's happening with me.
I consider myself the most privileged citizen of the Andy Kindler universe.
So is that why I noticed that you don't use my Google alert anymore? You don't have an Andy Kindler Google alert.
No, don't need
what?
it.
No, it's not nice. How about my email list that I never use?
I write them all the time.
Do you have an email thing?
No, I use yours.
I don't even know what you're saying.
Andy,
I have an email.
Last week I sent out to your list Andy's penis update.
No, I swear to God, if I find out that you
still dead.
Oh my God! And you probably could work it out with Larry Berger if you wanted to.
You know I could.
A prank.
You know I could.
It's sad that I'm not that concerned about more people knowing about my soft penis.
Well, if you were, you've gone about it poorly.
Well, I almost got into it on one of the other podcasts, and I was like, no, I didn't.
Let me save my penis talk for my home team.
They're not getting this for free.
Right.
It is very sad, but I just want people to know that it's all a joke. And as you know, my penis is rock hard, as you well know, Josh.
Yeah, no. Tell me.
I thought that was going to be you. If you hadn't hung up last night, I thought you were going to hang up on that tonight.
No. I still feel bad about last night, kind of.
No, don't feel bad.
All right, I'm better.
Here's the thing. Consider me, I don't know, I was going to say something else semi-clever. But as Susan points out on and on, over and over, she doesn't know why I'm looking for a reaction from what I'm saying. Because it's not funny.
Yeah.
Solid point.
There's some merit to it.
You'd think I'd be funnier around the house.
I would think you somewhere, at least.
And people always say, you must laugh all the time with him, right? You must never not enjoy yourself with him.
Do they say that?
I don't know. No one's talking to me. I'm pretending now that people are asking me.
Right. I'm just having a hard time believing that anyone would actually say that after 5 minutes.
No, they would immediately go, woof, must be a lot.
Maybe I could see it if like they saw a listing for you two, and then I'd go, well, on paper, this looks like it would be fun.
But you can, well, first of all, as soon as people hear my voice, I think you can hear that it would grate on you.
Yeah, I think people are immediately calculating the number of hours.
The only thing that I know, the reason why I know I'm needy, that reminds me all the time, is, again, the amount of times I've fallen off of stages. It's happened more than once.
Just head towards the light.
I'm just edging out. I feel they're not accepting me, and I'm going, why do you go towards rejection?
I don't know. You do have that approach avoid thing with life.
I don't even understand that. It's like, are you guys not liking me? Let me come closer and examine it.
Well, when you annoy me, you just get more annoying.
No. I thought I was actually onto a hilarious. I thought I'd done that one time. You never should have said the thing that's funny about Andy is just when you think it's never going to be funny again, it gets funny.
It was a mistake.
You shouldn't have said that.
It was a mistake.
That was a mistake. Yes. I'm not a dog that you have to. Maybe I am.
You remember things I say for fucking ever. I told you I allow for a 5-minute buffer zone with people, and you took it like I fucking wrote it in stone on a tablet.
Oh, you got a little Dennis Millery there.
I just ran out of air.
Oh, okay. You had a little choo-choo cha-cha choo-choo-choo.
Like a stone on a tablet.
I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe it. I really do sigh every 15 or 20 minutes. And I think I got I say, well, don't watch TV, but it's hard not to watch today.
Yeah, it was hard not to watch today.
And
then I woke up with, the heartbreaking Hong Kong news too, because it's another town that I absolutely love and is never going to be the same.
You think now they're moving in the big guns and it's over?
Yeah, I do.
But won't that? Oh God! Isn't? I
mean, it's not like martial law in the city, but yeah, no, I think they're gonna start in terms of free speech. It's gonna be the same rules as China.
Oh, I didn't even know. I was
talking to Louis Lee today about it, and I just wrote him to say thanks for getting me to Hong Kong before the silk curtain came down, and he was like, "Yeah, that your movie's the last." It's the last example of free speech. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm really glad I left that Tiananmen Square joke in there that I almost took out.
Oh, man. Oh, it's you know what though? I don't know why I'm optimistic. There's no reason to be optimistic, but I think like this guy could overreach this. He's not he's not as stupid like Trump, but he's evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so, I mean, I don't know. What can I say?
It's a sad state of affairs.
But don't they also need Hong Kong's, what's the deal with don't they need their economy, or are they not even connected to their economy?
No, they're completely connected to their economy, but they've been building up Shanghai and Beijing to be that world business center that Hong Kong has been.
Oh my God. Why do I not know more about this? So you're saying they're trying to make a Hong Kong without any of the interesting things going on, like free expression and.
Yeah, they just want it to be another Chinese city.
Oh, how did this happen? Because the British. It's because of the British, and it's not because of the British specifically, but we're still paying for things that happened after World War I.
Well, British owning Hong Kong goes before World War I.
I'm on a roll.
The Opium Wars.
Pretend this is what's the movie where he goes nuts? National Lampoon. He does. He starts lecturing John Belushi.
Fuck it, he's rolling.
All right, give me a brief
British
history.
Pearl Harbor. Fuck it, he's rolling.
So the British.
Oh, no, I don't want to give you an actual history because then I'll fuck it up. But
right.
You can just start saying stuff, and I'll just tell you when you're wrong, and I'm certain about it.
Yeah, I know, but we're still dealing with colonial mistakes. So in other words, that
Yes.
the economy thrived under British rule, kind of, or Britain started to take their hands off at some point. Is that how it? How did it grow into a great marketplace like it is?
Well, I mean, partially because it was a both an eastern and western city at the same time. It made for an ideal world trade center, you know.
Because Made in Hong Kong has been around since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, the British handed it back in 1998 with the agreement that there would be 50 years of self-rule, essentially.
Oh, that's not.
Or at least, you know, the same system.
Well, 50 years, isn't that 2050?
Yes.
So China's moving in on they're going to rip up the agreement and just take over?
That appears to be exactly what's happening, yes.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Some of these Hong Kong politicians, what are we going to do? I'm afraid. I don't know. I'm not getting more afraid, really. It's weird because in a way I feel like better emotionally than I've ever felt. It's so
that's
stupid.
Good. That's not stupid. It's, you know.
Yeah. I definitely feel like I'm better at not allowing the global things to affect the local things, but it looks like it could overload.
Yeah, well, it's a weird balance because, you know, being the catastrophizer that you are, it's kind of hard to calibrate in an actual catastrophe.
Exactly. And if you just think about it, I mean, it's like, you know, Susan's mama died in February. My mom died. If Susan's mom hadn't died in February and all this was going on in the middle of this COVID thing, I mean, it's just, it has been just an insane year. A weird year. Now, it doesn't mean everybody's family is going through as much death, and it doesn't mean everybody's my age, although I still have that theory. Everybody was born in 56. But it seems like a lot.
No, it's a lot to handle. It really is. That's why I'm so nice to you.
Because you think it could help in the when you're a survivalist?
No, I just want to get in your will.
Well, do you think we should start planning? Should we get a place? Should we get a place up near Spahn Ranch?
It's not that far, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Where are we going to go though? Like to hide? Where
Spahn
you have?
Ranch
We
is
have
in
like
the valley. You know that, right?
I think I do, but where are we going to go hide with our? Should we start to get our rations together at least?
Yes.
No, we're not going to do it, Josh. Forget about it.
I just,
I'm going down with the ship.
I just thought you meant going shopping, which I have to do. Oh man. Well, tomorrow's.
You think we're good?
I think we're absolutely good. I think.
Okay, so yeah.
But tomorrow
we
question
can keep
day.
it light.
Well, yeah.
Do you want me to solicit?
Sure.
Yeah, why not? I'll start early.
People love it when it comes from Andy.
I did a bit. I was thinking a bit today. I came up with an idea I don't even know what I was on the phone with, but it's it's good therapist, bad therapist.
Yeah.
If you had two therapists.
Yeah.
And one's being really nice to you and the other one was fun. It seemed funny at the time.
Well, you do actually. So, I mean, you're not two therapists, but.
Well, but you're not the bad therapist, are you?
I didn't mean me. I meant your psychiatrist and your therapist.
Oh, no, but they're both nice. You have to be the bad cop in some way.
All right.
Recently, I learned something very important. I learned that words have consequences. Words, the way you use them, the way you say them, have meaning to them, consequence to them, and that even though I've always considered myself very open-minded and tolerant, I'm guilty sometimes of stereotyping, of jumping to conclusions without knowing what I'm talking about.
Hey, I can't believe I got you. Wow, I'm so glad I got you. You like it? Not bad, right? Oh, Josh, I'm glad I got you on the blower. How's it going, buddy? Boop boop. When are you coming down to Frisco, to L.A.? When are you coming down to L.A.? Or as I call Hollyweird. Okay, I'm done.
Wow.
I thought that was a good opening. You laughed. You laugh. I keep going one more time.
I did because it was a committed something. I liked it.
Right. And now you're out, right?
Now
There's no
completely.
chapter 2.
No, checked out completely.
I really do feel like I could be a trained monkey. Maybe I'm a trained monkey.
Because,
You've used
a lot
the
of people
excuse-
find their calling late in life in their third act like that.
You use the excuse that since you do all of the work on the show, which is the only work on the show is putting the show together. I forgot the second part of that statement.
I don't know.
You should be able to say if I go 7 to 12 minutes into a subject, and you have to. That's your prerogative, as Bobby Brown would say.
Yeah. Wow.
Huh?
Yeah, no.
Bobby Brown.
I know. You've got a lot going on tonight. I feel good about this. I feel good about this.
No. Here's the thing, Josh. I didn't even know. I didn't even say, you know what? You're extra obnoxious tonight. I bet you're going to fuck it up. I didn't even know. That's where it gets me.
Well.
Oh, no. I swear to God. You can't give him this shorter show. You're trying to give did you say you have to have it in by tonight? Is that what you're doing?
No.
I feel better than yesterday. How do you feel? I feel a little better.
I feel
yesterday.
I feel probably farther down the slide than yesterday.
Why do I have the expectation, or I would feel better if you felt slightly better? There's no reason to feel slightly better. Things have gotten worse.
Yeah.
I guess globally. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and how is
that's not going to be the flavor of my performance tonight. I'm going to try to I'm going to try to be it's going to be like a USO show tonight.
Absolutely. I do not want this to get in your head when you're doing James Mason as a tax accountant in World War II, and he's gay and he's playing tennis.
That's right. That's 1040 love. See what I just did? I put it all together that quickly.
Not only did I see it, I heard it. I'm ready for the question, sir. Sir, let us head towards the question area.
Yes, the questions.
Yes, sir. Questions.
May the bluebird of happiness shit in your Cheerios.
You got him. You were right in the pocket. May the bluebird of happiness. No.
Sous vide says, hello,
It's always sous vide.
It is. He says, hey, Liza Minnelli. Loved you in Cabaret. Has the situation improved?
Let me tell you something, Buster. There isn't a thing in the world, not even a particular delicious little fruit, that could make me happy at this moment. Bring on the cotton candy vodka! We're living in a shitstorm, baby!
I'm Liza Minnelli. I like cotton candy grapes, but you know what I like better? Cotton candy vodka. Okay, I didn't bring anything to the table, but I just felt you were doing so well.
No, you recapped.
I wanted to get a little some of that.
You recapped. It was good.
Yeah, I wanted to get some energy from you were killing. I thought maybe I could hop on.
Some people yes and you yes again. All right, here's something that I set up here. Our friend of the show, Billy Yost, who goes by Billy Ghost professionally, wrote to us and said, could you and Andy introduce a track from my upcoming lo-fi hip-hop album?
Oh.
And I said, yeah, we could, but the only way it's going to actually happen is if you write it as a question. And then we'll do it on the show, and then you have my permission to sample it from the show.
I sign off too.
Okay, good. So that was the laziest way I could fulfill his wish. So now we have to do, the official question is, hey guys, could you please introduce the song Nowheresville for a song from my upcoming lo-fi hip-hop album? The less you know, the better. Bless you, my schmoopies. Love, Billy Ghost.
This song, if you've ever been someone who's been living near, all of a sudden I'm nervous.
Freeze. Okay, I just do it here. I got an idea.
Yeah, you got it.
All you have to say is, yes, J. Elvis. All right.
Okay, after you say something, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Andy.
Yes, J. Elvis?
Is the water ready?
It's Nowheresville?
No, you have to just keep saying yes, J. Elvis.
Yes, J. Okay.
All right, from the top.
Take it from the top.
All right. Hey, Andy.
Yes, J. Elvis.
Is the water ready?
Yes, J. Elvis.
Shall we begin?
Yes, J. Elvis.
There you go. It's Nowheresville, people. All right. I think that's good. Do you know that reference?
No, I don't know that reference.
Prince,
I should.
It's a reference. It was a Prince album. Wendy? Yes, Lisa. Is the water ready? Yes, Lisa. Shall we begin? Yes, Lisa. It's from the song Computer Blue on Purple Rain.
Well, I'm a huge Purple Rain fan.
Clearly.
I've watched every Wendy and Lisa song from that movie over and over again, but I obviously dropped out of contact with that.
Yeah.
Was it later or earlier?
It was Purple Rain.
Oh, my God. From the movie?
And the album.
And it says, yes, Lisa? I got to see the movie again. I've only seen it 30 times.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, well.
Don't call me Jesus in front of everybody.
There you go, Billy Ghost. Take your pick of all that.
Thank you. And next time, go through Cameo. Wouldn't that be horrible? Go through the J. Elvis and Andy Button on Cameo.
Stephen Elton Yates says, Andy Kindler, you killed on Never Not Funny with Jimmy Pardo. Great.
Oh, that's so nice.
Great. Oh, no, he's going to come at you from the other angle now. Great how you waited until 15 seconds before the end to mention Thought Spiral. Shame there was not time to shout out J. Elvis Weinstein. Hashtag dude called it. I love you all in all sincerity.
You know what's amazing to me is that it's so easy to get me. If I walked out of this room and someone made fun of my intelligence, my top would blow again. So it's absolutely guaranteed that now that's sticking in my thing. Don't forget the podcast. Don't forget the podcast. Hey, whoa. Can I stop you, Oprah? Shh. Oprah. I don't know why she'd be interviewing me, but
I'm just glad it's the Spiraler Army and not me.
I can't see who's controlling the buttons.
I like to call them the spiral arms.
You don't think Peruche would be involved in a A2 Peruche situation?
Not Tweet Bahara says, Andy, you had me at Pussy Lickers. I burst out laughing so hard, I scared my dog and he ran out of the room.
Hey, I listened to the intro thing that the kids are talking about. I really enjoy it.
What are you talking about?
To our show, last show.
Oh.
You know where you go? Here, come here. Calling all cars. Oh, Dick Tracy. Get the hell out of here. I'll punch you in the face, copper.
Yeah.
From the studio.
Yeah, I got it stuck.
From a studio.
Let me just say you're proving right now why I feel like I have to add fun to the show.
Touche, nicely played, touche.
Not Tweet Bahara also says, Josh, I intended no hostility or emotional cup of coffee blackmail with my Dave Foley tweet last week. I expressed myself poorly. I blame the Chinese. I blame the WHO. I blame Obama. Hope we are still pals. Of course we are. Not Tweet Bahara.
Did you say, of course we are not?
We are not? No, I said, of course we are, not Tweet Bahara.
Right.
I was just giving you my unfiltered gut reaction because I felt like, as friends, I owed that to you.
He did, at least, the important thing is you didn't call me stupid. That's the main thing.
That's right. Sous Vide, with a more modern question, says, was Zuzu a pussy licker? Andy opened the door, I ran right in.
No, wait. He did no, Andy did not open a door. Isn't Zuzu a child in the movie?
Yes.
Okay, stop it. You can include this part because it makes you look bad. How do you answer a question like that?
You don't.
You answer it.
You don't.
I'll toss it to you.
You don't, no. But I think it's good that you see the ramifications of your filth.
You know, it's so unbelievable, and you would think I wouldn't have a sexual fetish with having an inoperable penis. Wait, did I just say sexual fetish and then it's next door to that thing we just talked about? Just take me out of the whole episode. Oh, God. I still can't remember why I said pussy lickers.
It just really came out of left field. It was just, you were just going for something and it just was a blurt.
It made Michelle Weiscover laugh.
It made me laugh.
She also liked your German impression. Which your stuff is like from Hogan's Heroes. It's like you got the Hogan's Heroes public domain reel.
I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't do anything gold like pussy lickers. Sorry, mine wasn't as well thought out and refined as yours. So I think the third says, who was your celebrity crush growing up? For Josh, I'll guess Christy McNichol. Andy, Bridget Bardot.
Well, you can't say Bridget Bardot anymore because she's turned into like a right-wing Nazi, I think. And she'd be before my time. I liked all of the classics. Your Jane Fondas, Barbara Feldon, Barbara Eden was hot.
Yeah.
Julia was very attractive. I was on every woman on TV. When I started to become sexual, which was at age 14, and then at 15 I started having the problems. Yeah, but but not to the point where I liked cartoon women, I don't think.
But did you really not get into it till age 14?
Oh, I don't know. When's it normal to get into it?
I don't know.
12, 11, 10?
I had crushes way the fuck earlier than that.
Oh, no. I remember talking to my friend in 6th grade about women, and we were so excited, but we didn't really know what was going on. So, yeah, about 6th grade.
Yeah, okay.
Or 5th? 4th?
I don't know. Who was your first, though?
Maybe it could have been Carolyn. It could have been the woman from Addams Family was pretty cute.
Or it could have been
Morticia? Yeah, but it could have been, I would say it was both, here's the problem. It was both Betty and Veronica, who I were attracted to, and I was attracted to both Ginger and Marianne.
You just said you weren't attracted to cartoons, and then boom, Betty and Veronica come out.
I know, I knew what I was saying it the first time I was lying. Because I didn't want to say anything, but I was, I can't say what I was going to say. I was whacking off to the Sunday Funnies. I'm trying to become a really awful comedian.
They called me Jug Hand. Put on your little crown hat.
I don't want to have a fetish chunk in my act, all right? So you write it for yourself.
I think my first celebrity crush that I can really remember was Valerie Bertinelli on One Day at a Time.
Ooh. On what?
On One Day at a Time.
Yes. She was really... Well, okay, so I thought the girl on the Partridge Family was kind of cute, too. Was that Susan Day?
Yeah.
I don't remember. And you did not think Agent 99 was too before your time, right?
That was before my time, yeah. I didn't see Get Smart until later, really.
Right. And I was very attracted to the woman who was in the Marx Brothers movies, who was the foil.
Margaret Dumont?
Yes.
Mr. Firefly. Mark Thompson says, how do the two of you feel Hollywood is dealing with no active projects? Have either of you heard of any major stars besides yourselves having a hard time dealing with no adoration?
Do you feel like, I feel like I haven't had 1 second to get any kind of perspective or to have any idea where this is all going. It's ramping up so fast and out of control. So I wasn't even thinking about the fact that at one point, I would think that actually they could make movies probably easier and TV shows easier with social distancing than they could do most things.
Well, you can do it you can do the people behind the camera fairly effectively. It's the people on camera that, social distancing becomes unrealistic.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The acting in the same scene.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what you do. You quarantine the cast that you choose, and you quarantine them for 2 weeks, and then if they're all good, you start the show, and they just never get.
I honestly assume that's how the first set of movie shoots is going to be, for sure.
Right. They know that everybody on this set, is.
You're better off doing a location shoot probably at this point.
Yeah. But I wasn't doing a lot of movies before this, so I can't really speak as the whole thing is weird.
Right now, I don't feel, obviously I'm not the most plugged in person to Hollywood, period, but the machine hasn't started up again yet. And typically we aren't the most brave, segment of society when it comes to physical risk. So,
I think that
there's a lot of money on the table, and so.
But people will be pitching Zoom-oriented shows, won't they?
They will, but they're not. I actually a couple of weeks ago when I started getting into my work mode again, I actually had an idea, got it to the point of, I called the production someone I knew, and we got it to talk to the pitch exec, and she just said, "There's just no market out there. There's we had a project that's in that same arena." And there's just no interest for it.
All right, so nothing is happening right now, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I think the things that they could do as remote people from home stuff they did, but they weren't. That's in no way seems to be part of their long-term plan. It's just it was just a stopgap kind of thing.
Right. I think I don't want to put my prediction hat on. But I have nothing to say positive.
But you can tell. Yes, you can totally tell there are some needy performers on social media right now trying to get some attention coming their way. But it's also like the other edge of that sword is that you look like fucking Marie Antoinette with some of the houses you're doing your live remotes from.
Okay, now you lost me. I know who Marie Antoinette is, but I didn't know that she had she had bad style, or she was going to have her head cut off.
It was a reference to Let Them Eat Cake.
Oh, I see. So you're saying when they see no one wants to see a show from a big mansion.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Dan Wade says, "Hey guys, thanks for being such a positive force through these dark times. Would you do me a favor and rank the world's religions from best to worst?"
I'm not taking that bait. If you really were going to force me, I would say that the only religion that, like in Christianity, I think the Muslims, not the Muslims, the Mormons, their story sounds sketchy. But I don't feel but I feel like people who are Mormons, who stick with it, it gets beyond that initial, this guy said this and he found the golden tablets. So I would say Mormons, but I don't know, does that mean, so that's why you can't really rank them.
And what, let's put up sketchy versus sketchy details from a lot of the major religions.
Well, that's true. But, even the Jews.
Is Mormonism sketchier than Scientology or less sketchy?
Oh no! I think Mormonism is a more like an actual towards a actual religion, okay. Even though it has.
So now we're doing some ranking. All right,
it does have some cult-like aspects to it for sure.
Sure, but what religion?
Scientology.
What religion doesn't have some cult-like aspects to it?
No.
At some point, there is an aspect of pure blind belief, or at least, you can't call it blind belief, but faith-based belief, not fact.
But they're not all pyramids. They're not all pyramid schemes like Scientology. Scientology.
I'm not saying that they all have malevolent intent, the way Scientology perhaps does.
Hey, if you're not going to include any of this, don't waste your time, right? If you're nervous, they don't scare me. Celebrity Center sounds so 80s now to me.
Yeah, that's the worst. The Scientology Celebrity Center is.
Here, we have on our religion, we celebrate the ones amongst us who are more well-known for what they've done on like a TV show.
Yeah.
It's like having the Gilligan
Please
Center.
come to the Mimi Rogers suite and hook up to the machine.
That's the thing. You know how you look on things and you go, I could have gotten wrapped up in something like whatever it is.
Yeah.
That could never have gotten me. It sounds so boring from the moment they approach it with the 2 meters and the.
Yeah.
It's like, get me out of here. But you know what? But there could be something. I do believe I could be duped. I think you'd have to say that you're not a human. No, I don't think I could. I don't know.
I don't know
what I'm saying?
Okay, let's say fantastic looking woman. You're 30.
Okay.
She's a Scientologist.
Yeah.
She says one thing and you start thinking and it actually helps you. You hadn't been to therapy for another 30 years.
Right. Doesn't sound bad. It does not sound bad.
I'm just saying.
How hot is she?
I can see your feet flailing like a Scooby-Doo on ice right now.
I'm already thinking of a couple of hot Scientologists.
Sure.
Who I would have.
Put whatever one you want. Put whatever face
Okay.
you want.
All right. I got it. I'm actually locked in people who I knew were Scientologists 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew Judy Toll, who was a Scientologist and got out, but other than that, I'm not really familiar.
I never had
with
I
anybody.
didn't have Scientologists in my life ever really. Well, which is not unusual because the real Scientologists don't associate with non-Scientologists really.
Right.
But I had people who went to the forum, Est,
I know that forum too because one of Bruce's clients, like Chris Titus, went there and he was trying to get everybody into the forum.
Yeah, I was when I first came on the comedy scene. The first club I was working at was all people who were in the forum. But fortunately, I was a teenager, and they couldn't really recruit me, and I didn't have the money, and I don't even know if they would have let me take the course. So.
Did you know it was? Did you see?
Yeah, no, I made fun of it constantly for some reason, despite the fact that they were the ones giving me stage time,
But I did try and sell Shackley for 2 or 3 weeks, which is like an Amway thing. That's that. And I'm not saying we're trying to. It's a contest, but that's the saddest, right?
Yeah, and what was it called?
Shackley, Shaklee. It's exactly what Amway was
so
like.
It's just household products, like.
Yes, and so and that's the thing. Instead of buying your laundry detergent in the store, you go through me. I sell you this product that comes from Shackley headquarters. Right. I mean, I didn't sell any of it, but yet the fact that I would consider.
But I drank more than my share. M. Ledsome says, I've hit the pit of despair in humanity. Thanks to you both for keeping my spirits up for a few hours a week. Take care, both. Well, yeah, that's you sound depressed, Em. That's while it's very nice of you to give us that, even that it was flat sounding, not like you were being insincere, just like you're depressed.
Yeah, and I feel her pain, and I feel very similar to her because I think we share the same sensibilities about life. Like
she's your morning friend. She wakes up before you go to bed.
Is this Yul Hauser talking about his Twitter experience?
No, that's you. It's you.
Man, I know what it is. You don't think just because I can't remember most things that I don't remember that I've said, just as I'm still up and I'm up and nobody else is up, my European friend is up at the same time I am. And I say, hello, GMT. Hello. What's the tea like today? Have you had your Pidgey tips? It looks like, bow, bow, bow. They look like, bow, 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 bow. Come on, someone's convinced this up between, there's no, they look like. That's right, they look like yoga pants. They look like dress pants.
They look like yoga pants, but they're not. They're dress pants. No, wait, they're yoga pants. They look like dress pants.
But they're not?
But they're not.
The yoga pants.
The yoga pants.
I feel that to me is as good as an orgasm used to be. No, I'm telling you, I have to get so much joy from these characters. And I'm not saying we have to overdo it. I know 4 years from now we can't keep going. Here come the judge.
It looks it looks like a working penis, but it's not.
How about you?
It's just a dangler.
Or how about when you're 90 years old? We're 90 years old. And, hey, Josh, have I told you that I don't like the lubricated? I had the non-lubricated catheter. And I said, what the hell? There's one that's more comfortable?
And I said, hey, you're standing on my pee hose.
I like the classics. And I like humor. And, I'm not like you. That's a desperate man's, just a desperate attempt to one-up his friend. Yeah, well, I'm not like you over there doing your bullshit.
Greg Kelly says, please let Sous Vide know the situation is definitely not improving.
This is what I like, when it gets almost like when they thought that Paul McCartney died, when everybody gets into it.
It's the spiral verse.
Yeah, that's true.
Into the spiral verse.
Are you into spiral cosplay?
Sure. I always dress like Josh. Joe DeLuca says that little-known fact that Gregory Peck auditioned to play Mike Brady. But I don't believe
this. I don't believe this.
Too stern whenever he called his youngest son. I wonder what that would have sounded like.
I wonder, too, what that would have sounded like.
Carol, I'd like you to meet my 3 sons. Oh, wait, I can't. I'd like you to meet my 3 boys.
Not sons.
No, don't say sons, I've been told. My oldest here, he's dreamy. He will eventually be a very successful rock star, I believe. I really believe it. This is Greg. Here's my middle boy. Not a lot to him. We call him Peter, because he tends to peter out.
Oh, my God.
Then, of course, is the apple of my eye, Bobby!
Bobby! Consider yourself at Elm.
Julian Valentine. I'm sorry, Julian. What'd you say?
I'm having so much fun. I hope this plays as great as it feels.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Doesn't it always? Julian Valentich says, Josh, can we get a Mike Lindell pleading with Minneapolis rioters? Or too soon ye?
Yeah, too soon ye, probably. I think he
I don't know. It's never too soon ye to say, come back to the Bible. Get right with Jesus and get off the streets.
I'm giving free, what's the kind of a gas mask that they need?
I got some N95 masks that I was contracted to make, and I'm going to get around to it.
Tear gas. You can have tear gas masks.
Oh, yeah, well, your regular gas makes your neck go but your tear gas, it really makes the whole thing stream out every orifice of your face.
Now, Mike, has anybody tried to loot one of you? Do you have like a storefront that they've tried to loot, or have they come near your factory in Minnesota?
I've seen over 100 people carrying around cardboard cutouts of me saying, no justice, no peace, and it's just, that does not reflect my opinion.
So you're actually angry that your name is being used for, is it Antifa? Is that who you suspect?
I believe it's Antifa or some other of the liberal factions.
But
it does not reflect my beliefs. I believe Donald Trump is a gift from God. And he'll lead us out of this, clearly.
I hope so.
I haven't seen leadership like this. Well, I haven't seen leadership like this. Thank you, and scene.
Well, you did quite a bit there. You certainly shouldn't think that you left it all out on the table.
On the field?
On the field, wherever they say.
Yeah, leaving it on the table is bad. Leaving it on the field is good.
Well, you know that I meant it in the don't count them and don't fold them, and you wait till you walk away.
Richard Cole says, "Hey guys, I've gone from 5 beers a day to 0 for 2 weeks. My 42-inch pants fit better already. Hooray for me. I might fit in my 38-inch jeans again someday. I was going to donate them to the thrift store. Think I'll keep them now, just in case I remain a teetotaler till they fit." Well, I'm glad you shared that with us.
There's no question at the end of that.
I don't have a lot to say about your pants, but I'm very glad that you were able to go to 0 beers a day for 2 weeks and rein that in. Whatever you made you feel like you needed to do that, I'm glad you achieved it.
I say that too. Now, you know me. I'm all for, I don't care if people are alcoholics. If they're not. I mean, I do care. I don't want people to suffer. But if I was drinking 5 beers a day, I would consider myself drinking a lot.
I would consider. I would not get. I would know that I would consider myself having a drinking problem, but I would consider myself having a carb problem.
That's true, because that's a lot of So you say what you would do is you recommend light beer from Miller.
If you got to drink and have carb issues, you go with the hard stuff.
I don't think this is the kind of advice we should be dispensing.
There's no carbs in vodka, my friend.
No, I think this should be something that we need to get licensed for.
Oh, sure, your liver prioritizes the alcohol, so you aren't burning calories while you're metabolizing alcohol, but you don't have a carb issue.
Wait a second now. Are you saying it's even? At first, I was thinking maybe that is a good idea, no carbs. But you're saying it's worse because it starts to your liver has to digest it before it does anything else.
Yeah. It sends the poison to the front of the line.
Man, that's weird to think of, that alcohol does kind of have a one-to-one relationship with your not doing good things to your liver.
Yeah.
I mean, if you drank 2 wines a day or whatever the hell they say, it would be better for you, they say.
Some say that.
Well, they used to say red wine, and I don't know what they're saying. They can say whatever they want, but this liver thing, I realize this liver thing, you got to be very careful.
I don't think you have to worry so much. It'll be, if you have a liver problem, it's going to be pharmaceutical driven, not booze driven.
No, but I know when my sister was going through her last difficulties, the reason why they stopped her, because she was like, she wanted to go to the Mayo Clinic, and she wanted the Mayo Clinic to, because it's the best place she ever went to. She went there once before. She wanted to see what they could do to operate to replace the valve. And they said, you can't do it, because if your liver goes out during the operation, it's over. I didn't realize that. It's not true, say, about your kidneys, but it's true about your liver. So the liver, they're not kidding around with that particular organ.
No, it's key.
I have been diagnosed with fatty liver before.
Have you?
Yeah, because my some of my enzymes are slightly higher. But it's genetic. It could be genetic, or I could be living in denial.
Well, keep an eye on that.
I didn't want to hijack. I didn't want to make it all about me. Liar. You always are trying to make it about you. Josh, I don't know where that got away from me. You know me. I'm here for you. And no, you're not. You're not here. You barely hear the question. You don't even hear who the person writing the letter is.
Greg Kelly says, what Peanuts character are you most like, and why?
I got to go with Snoopy, because I'm cute. I'm so cute and adorable. I'd like to be Snoopy.
You're not Snoopy.
I wouldn't like to be Charlie Brown.
Yeah, well, he's the anxious one.
He's such an asshole. This is, you really are. I can see your tactics coming up 12th Street. Well, that's not a street. That's a main street.
Well, I can't buy Snoopy. You're not Snoopy.
Oh, that's Snoopy.
That shows no level of introspection whatsoever to say you're Snoopy.
I apologize if I hurt the brand.
You're making a mockery of the question night.
You're right. So I am like Charlie, but I feel like Charlie. I feel like I have better delivery than he does. Or no, I'm slightly more self-confident. It doesn't matter what I think.
You don't have to be exactly like. It's just most like.
It's interesting that you say that, because it's one of those things that I don't actually identify. I identify with the whole show. Like, I don't think of myself as being any one person in the show.
Ah.
Because you could answer the question your way.
You're like an every nut.
Yeah. It's like, not like when, I know you told me you watched Playboy After Dark and you would dress like Hugh Hefner at home.
Yeah.
And you thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
You told me that, remember? I don't know where I was going with it. Oh, I really now have forgotten this question. But if you want to wrap it up, that question.
It was Peanuts characters.
Oh, so who do you relate to? Who's your? What do you think? Are you Linus?
I'm probably.
Are you a Schroeder?
I'm a Linus or a Schroeder, probably.
Oh my God, so predictable. I'm sorry. I just like the idea there's a guy.
Probably. I don't know. Schroeder's the more introverted one.
I think so. He plays the piano.
Yeah.
Linus is neat. I would be most like Linus, I think. Because of the... No, I don't know.
I think Linus...
Don't make me Pigpen.
No, you're not Pigpen. I might be Linus because, I have that sort of moderatory quality, but I also have, I also have more than one crutch.
I think the person who asked this question is probably like, when are these guys going to move along?
Yeah, exactly.
I just wanted your, like a first
thought. All right, okay, fine. I take it back. I'm Franklin.
Which one's Franklin? He talks like that, right? I'm Franklin.
Franklin was the black one.
Oh, that's really bad, Josh. I don't know why. I do feel like Lucy sometimes.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Maybe you can use that as a wild line.
Jacob Masseron says, no question, just wanted to say thanks for everything you do. I just finished listening to all the previous 158 episodes earlier today. Now I don't know what I'm going to do, having to wait for a new episode each Monday. Keep spiraling. Why, thank you.
Well, thank you, but wait a second now. Is he pulling our leg? He didn't listen to all 158 episodes in one day.
No, he said he finished listening to them all today.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Well, tell him about the paywall. Tell him about what you can get with the paywall.
He's heard everything. There's
there's
nothing we can tell him. He knows more about the show than you do. I
actually feel bad now because, he's jonesing for more. He's jonesing for more Kindler Weinstein action.
Wow, you took this nice compliment thing and just made it all weird and twisted.
Oh, everybody can kiss my ass. Haven't I given enough? I'm sick of these people coming.
Hey.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Cock your blowhardy for this next question, okay?
Okay.
Jason Parton says, how do you guys feel about Warren Zevon? Andy, did you ever meet him on Letterman? I know he was on fairly often.
I'm sorry.
That's it.
Oh, I never met him. But I love him. I was like a hero to me. And he was funny, too. I loved when he did that hour-long thing with Letterman. Yeah,
that was pretty great. Yeah. I'm a big Warren Zevon fan. I don't have a comprehensive collection, but I had a love affair with Excitable Boy for a long time.
Yes. And his last album, My Ride Is Here, is a great song.
It was interesting the way that he, played an open hand with his death.
Yes. I think he helped a lot of people with that. Because I think people are very scared of it, and he was very, very cool to let people in like that. I think that was a good thing.
Yeah, it was a true artist way to go.
And he's like a Randy. I put him up there with Randy Newman, like in terms of songwriting and.
Yeah, no, I think he's in that same pocket of affection for me.
Yeah, so he's like up. He's my man. He's my man. All right, sorry, I ruined it at the end.
Son of Johansson 2 says, if you had to live somewhere outside of America, where would you live? Until this week, I honestly might have said Hong Kong.
Wow. I think that it's always been Canada for me, and it probably would be Canada.
Yeah, I
can't imagine. England scares me.
Yeah, most practically, it would be Canada.
I'll tell you what's not going to happen. They are not going to catch me like they caught the Jews in Germany. I'm not saying I won't get caught, but if I see anything coming down 6th Avenue, or whatever the main avenue is,
but you're taking a bullet in the back, running for the border.
Well, I'm not seeing me as opposed to standing up to them. No, I mean, I really feel like when you watch that movie, I think it's The Pianist, that, who's that guy who's the, Polanski.
Yeah.
I did that, movie called The Pianist, and he really portrayed what it was like for people who didn't think anything, they were Jewish, they didn't think anything was going to happen.
Right.
And it really scared me. Like, you don't want to be that it's going to blow over guy.
Right. It's not a typical Jewish response.
What do you mean?
It'll be fine.
Right. That's true. But it's a human response.
It is a human response.
I think it's a human response.
Yeah.
You know, you go, this is where I live, this is where, you couldn't, I think, quite have predicted Hitler before Hitler, but there was so much anti-Semitism that forever, you can predict somebody.
In some ways, I'm feeling like this week in America is sort of this weird reckoning of, oh my God, what a fucked up shithole we live in, sort of feeling, you know?
Yeah. Well, because to me, for reasons I understand, the Eric Garner, Sandra Bland, and George Floyd killings, to me, are so over the top. I mean, they remind me of it's like you're seeing someone get tortured. It's like, it's so terrible to me. And so, it's the Sandra Bland thing. I mean, I'm not saying I need to talk about it. I'm just saying, like, it's because we have these video cameras, and this last one they caught, I cannot imagine anybody more sadistic than that guy. And it's just like, anything that you imagine that you're thinking about him, I think he's worse.
Yeah, it's sort of the banality of evil, you know, it is just the matter-of-factness with which he was able to just fucking snuff out someone's life.
And while staring at other people, you know?
Yeah.
Like, people were telling him to stop. I mean, anyway, I don't know how I got into that, but.
Well, because it's an indelible fucking image.
Yeah. It's the worst. It really is. It's the worst. But, you know, we didn't grow up with lynching. Lynching, I mean, when I see those signs, I mean, I can't even imagine what it would be like living during that time period, but that doesn't mean we're getting better. I mean, it's better that there's no, I mean, I don't know what I'm really saying. I'm just saying there's so much, the idea, I used to think, not that the cops were not horrible, but I think I bought into a thing when Obama was in office, everything was getting better, and there's so much racism in these cops, and they're so into putting their power, asserting their power,
yeah.
You know?
If you have a soul, you can't begrudge the anger that anyone is feeling right now, you know?
Well, also, it's so problematic. I'm not buying into any of this crap. If you go to this guy like he's Andy NGO or something, he's like a right-wing guy. All these right-wing people are showing rioting in Minneapolis, Antifa. I'm not buying into that. I can show you riots in Watts. I can show you riots going all the way back.
Yeah.
What you want to call riots. And every one of them was because the people were being so horribly abused that
this is not political anger. This is human anger, rebellion against injustice.
And nobody is saying it's good to destroy property, but when the focus goes there, and so far it hasn't done that, or maybe this has happened so many times that's just such a bullshit excuse to focus. I am not interested at all in focusing on the fact that there are people doing these things or whatever. This thing has to change, and I don't know. It's like,
yeah.
This
is what a country at a turning point looks like.
Yeah. Yep. Well, God bless you. I'll see you in a couple of years when I get to a place where I know that I'm not being bugged.
This is really a weird time for a Yoshi Yamamoto song, I gotta say.
Yo 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 yo.
I was harmonizing. Come on.
Yo 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 yo. yo. You try and harmonize with me, and I'm like, oh my God, I got scared. What's that other sound? That's why I'm not the
I
Beach
must
Boys.
match that note. Okay.
Yeah, that's what makes me not Brian Wilson.
All right. Yoshi took the Spiral veteran prerogative and wrote his question in DM form because it's longer. He says, I need your help, guys. I don't get 70% of the music references you drop because I was born in the 80s, have immigrant parents, and only have been exposed to the narrow music of my generation, like hip-hop and grunge. In general, I've been trying to shed my audio ignorance and develop an ear, but don't know where to start. And he's coming to us. I don't know much, and I haven't listened to a lot of it, but I know I don't get the Beatles. Just feels like the ultimate had to be there. Whereas I do seem to like the Stones I've absorbed through stadiums and commercials. Digging into Fleetwood Mac and David Bowie libraries is great training, but I'm craving more. Hook a spiraler up.
Wow, that's a tough one. This is really a tough one. I mean, I could name Ray Charles. I could name like Joni Mitchell, Ray Charles, like all these people I love, but I don't know that I would know anything more about what he would like to listen to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
No.
I mean, I would send you to Elvis Costello and Talking Heads. I mean, that's the music that, that I feel like is appropriate to my generation.
Yeah, I can sign off on both of those groups.
But I would, if I don't know. I don't think the Beatles is a had to be there thing because I was born in 1971, So, and I'm a huge Beatles fan, but the context of the Beatles does help appreciate them,
I would like to recommend this new, I have this Stax, a 50-year Stax retrospective thing. It comes in 2 volumes, and I had never realized all of this music. I think we talked about it the other night. Maybe we did or didn't, but there's so much great music. And it's really a great introduction into rhythm and blues, because I've been getting really into more kind of and I would put everybody from Ray Charles was rhythm and blues.
Yeah, he was Atlantic, but I would, I mean, old Atlantic record stuff is great. Stax stuff is great. Motown stuff, if you're not familiar, is a great place to, there's just an amazing treasury of music from Motown 60s catalog,
But I also love country. I love Lucinda Williams. I love the original Hank Williams. Yeah. Well, who else am I talking about? Not Hank Williams the third. No, the second. The third is actually good.
But I don't know. I don't know how to help you, Yoshi. It's, start listening to some classic rock radio and going, what is that? then go down the rabbit hole.
Well, actually, from the information he gave, I could see how if you've heard about the Beatles and there's so much hype about it, that you might initially like the Stones more, because the Stones are kind of in the same contemporary light. They sometimes could be seen as more like rocking out or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to sell the Beatles, but I'm just saying the Beatles are kind of the framework for what happened in the 60s to spur everything else. Before the Beatles, there weren't groups of young dudes who wrote their own music and made hit records of their own songs. It just didn't.
Right.
It just, I mean, there was Buddy Holly and the Crickets, but it just wasn't what music was until that happened.
Except we did have these, the girl groups. And
yeah, but they weren't writing their own songs.
You're right, but it's just tough to suggest to somebody because I kind of believe that there's folk music everywhere. And I love country music, and I also love people from Ireland and the way Van Morrison sings and Native American stuff. So I think there's like a folk music that goes along with everybody's culture. So I think there's a way in, but I don't know what the way in would be. The way in would be like what, it's hard to get from, I don't like the Beatles, but I do like the Stones. Or it's hard to know how to recommend.
Well, I'm already completely bored from answering this question because we're just spewing out names of music.
Can I just say this?
But
I think that I topped you. I topped you with being really blowhardy there at the end. That last thing I said, I don't even know what the fuck. What was that? Oh, well, first of all, I think I did 10 minutes on. I see him. He's saying the Rolling Stones are rebels, maybe. Shut up.
How about this? How about try the Kinks? Get back to us.
Bingo. Blowhardy out.
All right, let's call it a night because Alex Brazil wants to show that he can manage because he's moving this weekend. Good luck on your move this weekend, Alex. Andy Kindler has a new album out called Hence the Humor. You should get it. If you want to support our show, go to buymeacoffee.com. Special note, if you're going to buymeacoffee.com, if you pay through the Stripe option, your card will be billed from Stinkburger Inc. I've had a few people challenge. I've gotten notices that people have challenged the charge on their card because their bank went, "Did you make a purchase from Stinkburger Inc.?" And people didn't know what that was. So if you buy Me a Coffee and you choose the Stripe payment offer, you're going to get a bill from Stinkburger Inc. Do not fear. That's my company.
Okay, but does this explain why I haven't gotten a royalty since Tu B'Shabbat?
Yes.
Oh, that's delightful. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break in because I think you have more to say.
No, I don't care.
No, but you know what? One thing I was trying to think. It would be good if I could end the